Look at this camera, that camera. All the cameras are rolling, the sound is rolling. Lights, camera, action. Welcome to the Omo podcast. Thank you for joining me. You know, this is the podcast where we talk about anything that makes you say Omo, you know, from the good, the bad, and the ugly. It all makes you say Omo, you know. So, GMEXX.
Yes, boss man, what's going on?
How you doing?
Just for those that don't know, by now I think everybody should know, but it is what it is, man. Not everybody knows who I am, so I might as well just like introduce myself.
Please introduce yourself to the guests.
Yo guys, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's your boy GMEXX, aka King of Biafra, aka Plan B Buyer.
Okay. Where'd you get that name from? Sorry.
Plan B Buyer?
Yeah.
You know, Retji, you've asked a very good question.
Where Plan B Buyer?
Plan B Buyer.
Plan B Buyer? Why Plan B Buyer? You didn't buy Plan B.
So that's a good question. So let me give you the story. So I was in Philadelphia.
Okay.
Working in the chemical plants.
All right.
And we're doing fantasy football that year.
Okay.
And my coworkers were coming up with the like strangest names, man, like leak my balls, like those kind of names.
Wait.
Like
Sorry, can I understand the demographics?
Yes, it's exactly what you're thinking.
Oh, okay, go on.
Yes, they very little okay. So anyways. Yeah. No, but again, those were my guys. Exactly. So then they came up with like random names, man, leak my balls, all that kind of stuff. So me, man, I was just like, you know what? Let's just call ourselves Plan B Buyer.
Okay.
It was comedic. I don't buy Plan B. I don't be doing those things.
Okay. You just say you don't buy it?
No, I don't buy. You know, I'm a very noble man.
Okay.
I am a good man.
I feel that.
I do not indulge in the pursuit of
on the heaven thing.
Of fleshly, exactly, of desires of the flesh.
Yeah.
I'm on a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
Okay, so having that in mind.
Yes.
Are you pro-life or pro-choice? And why?
No more. This one.
Okay, so if you can't answer a question, you have to take a shot.
Okay.
Let's do that in the Omo podcast.
Also, if you say something heretic, something false, something out of line.
Whoa! Hold on.
If you say something along the lines of like, okay, let me give you an example.
Okay.
If you say like, Pusha T is a better rapper than Drake.
No.
Hey, then obviously
you are bringing opinionated matters into.
That's what I'm saying. But that kind of stuff, we know that stuff is not true. There is no realm where somebody like Pusha T is a better rapper than Drake.
Whoa.
So
Whoa. First of all, I feel like you're saying this to trigger me.
No.
You talking about push?
But the stench is on her. A baby's involved, it's deeper than rap. We talking character, let me keep with the facts. You are hiding a child, let that boy come home. Deadbeat motherfucker.
They sold the college kids for Nike Mercedes, but you act like you sold drugs for Escobar in the 80s.
You don't think Pusha T should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list?
Wow. What has he done? What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't get?
Wow.
Jesus is Lord.
No, stop.
Come on.
No, stop.
Come on.
No, stop.
Come on. Pusha T.
Come on.
Pusha T, the rap. What are your metrics? Is he a better pop rapper? Or a rap like according to the craftsmanship? Wait. No.
Okay, let me teach you something about.
No.
People lose credibility. People lose credibility when they start to chat rubbish. When they start chatting rubbish for the sake of chatting the rubbish, they start to lose credibility. So I forbid you. What I'm now saying is that I forbid you. And where's your shot? In fact, for the simple, pass your shot glass. Hey for the freaking fact that you almost even considered yarning this nonsense that I stopped you from. Oh my goodness. This is how you want to start?
Wait, guy. Whoa. Let's do this so that the viewers can understand what's going on. We're in the Omo podcast and you take your shots anytime someone says something that is outlandish.
Wayward.
Okay. And now you are trying to make me take this shot because I feel like Pusha T, like there is a world where Pusha T can be compared to Drake. Is that, wait, before I even accept this, are you trying to tell me that there's a world in rap where Pusha T cannot come close to Drake? Is that what you're saying? Do you know there are people that will argue that he's even better? In terms of, if you look at rap in its roots, and in terms of battle rap, and the idea of rap being a competitive.
Okay, I will say this. Okay, maybe that was not.
Take that shayo away.
No. Okay, no. Okay, no. Okay, but we go just start. We go start the ep with at least just gratitudinal shots. Exactly. Or to say you don't set up all this was done by Reto. I literally was sleeping when he was doing the whole stuff.
I mean, you can't do it without a muse or a subject to put in the frame. So I thank you for being the subject.
Thank you so much. But
take these shots, take the libations to celebrate. Guy, don't pour this thing.
No, I'm not gonna pour it. By now, you know that we are professional.
Oh, and taking a shot.
In the pouring and the shot.
This podcast is for anybody that says short instead of short.
Exactly, short.
Short.
You have to understand.
Taking a shot.
Completely different drink.
That's a plateau accent right there. But shout out to GMEXX for joining me on this episode. We stopped at how you got your name, planbbuyers, and you refused to answer a question.
Yes.
You refused. So you're supposed to take double shots.
No, actually, yes. I will answer that question, but I also would like to add that it is a privilege, it is an honor, it is such a monumental moment for me to be here seated alongside an award-winning.
Come on, man.
An award-winning.
No, it's not about me right now.
An award-winning Retji.
Stop it.
Hey, yo.
Stop it.
You know what's crazy? You know that's the thing. Exactly. Stop.
I'm going for that.
Stop it.
You didn't take your shots.
No.
This is how you know people that you shouldn't trust. When you go party, you get this kind of guys. They'll be like, hey, everybody take shots. But they know they shine.
True. Those that know me know. Now because they still give the speech. Right. But as you guys know, Tribe Doc was a huge success. It's an award.
By the time they see this video, they'll know that the name has changed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the name has changed from Tribe to Nyam. And go check out the previous episode, one of the previous episodes where I was talking about my reasoning for changing the name. Because you know names are powerful.
Right.
What you call something could be what it manifests to become.
100%.
And the word tribe has its colonial derogation attached to it. So in the history, in the context of what the documentary was made, the word tribe was used to justify our oppression. It was used to call us backward and uncivilized and people with no history. We keep going. Yeah, but in present day, we don't use it in that manner.
True.
You can look at it like how the N-word is being used. People try to change its meaning when it was formed to fit a new meaning. And that's one thing about culture. Culture is constantly changing, and in our culture we try to, be intentional. Which is why I think Nigeria should change its name, because it's nobody else will give ourselves Nigeria.
Actually, that's a very big one that we can actually delve into. But I will say this, that I really appreciated the name Tribe. Now let me tell you my perspective on it, why I appreciated Tribe.
Go ahead.
I feel that a lot of successful, be it movies, TV shows, oftentimes have like a name affiliated with it that is very easy. So for example, Mad Men. When you think Mad Men or Breaking Bad, you just kind of, the success of the show essentially added to the name, and the name added to the success of the show. You understand? Like it was one big package in my opinion. So yours called, when it was called Tribe, I didn't care that it was a word that was used at a later time. Well, it's because I know what we describe as tribe. And I feel like that is what you were portraying in the docuseries.
Now that is what I was portraying.
Exactly. Right? And so for that reason, I would have preferred that you left it at tribe.
Yeah, but then the documentary is not just for us.
Yes.
There are people who live through those kind of times that word is triggering to them.
True.
There are people who are constantly studying history, that when they're coming across that word, they're coming across it in that context. And then there are people who are not on either side, but when they hear that word, all they think about is some uncivilized, or at least a group of people that are in a village trying to avoid technology or avoid, you know,
It has an affiliation of backwardness.
Yeah, of
essentially.
backwardness.
Yeah, no, understood.
And when people say something is tribal, a lot of times they're referring to like some kind of tradition that's
Almost barbaric of sorts.
yeah, it's so ancient.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, and so that's why. That's not why we came to talk, but that's the way this podcast deals, you know. But I feel KD Rocker is calling me. Should I pick up during this episode?
Absolutely. Kid is our guy.
This is best. Alpha guy. Just so you know, I am currently filming an episode of Omo with GMEXX, and he called us in the middle of the episode. So if care is not taken, this phone call is going to be live on the episode.
Wait, when are they? HQ?
Yeah.
Mad. Ah, it's okay now. Shit. It's lit.
It's late. The Omo podcast. You guys come for your own episode, though.
Nice.
Get many things to table.
No, maybe when Chimilan, I feel sure.
Nice one.
No PS. Later.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Okay, so now
we were talking about tribe real quick, just to pick it back up. We're talking about tribe, and these lights are hot. So we're talking about tribe and why I changed the name and how, you know, it's different ways you can look at it, and I like that you push back, because that's all I kept facing when I wanted to change the name. The first time someone told me they had an issue with the name was like 4 years ago. And I was like, us no be how we dey reason now. So I let it go.
Right.
Then it started coming up over and over
and
over. I was like, you know what? Let's not do this. This is what I've seen people tweet. Let us cancel the whole idea of tribes. We are one Nigeria. Let us cancel. Let's cancel it. No. How can we cancel it? No. That would mean discarding the different languages, the different dances, the different foods that make each individual ethnic group unique.
Culture, language,
traditions. Yeah. So when they say that, they are saying it from a place of privilege, because they are tired of seeing they are so dominant that it doesn't matter. Let's just be one Nigeria. But if you think about Nigeria, what is our culture? If people try to point at Nigerian culture, it's either a Yoruba culture, or an Igbo culture, or a Hausa culture. It gets 300 or something more. So, yeah, I just think I can talk forever about the nuance and the ways in which our outlook on our tribes and our cultures affects the position we're at. I think it's all connected. Because when we're forming our identity, it was not us that kind of chose how we wanted that identity to be, and the British indoctrinating us with Western education and Western
the biggest scam of all time. The biggest, I'm saying it till tomorrow, the biggest scam of all time.
Yeah.
Those guys, okay, anyways, let me just let you finish.
Yeah, no, it's the conversation. They did what?
Those guys, they came, they literally came, took resources and gave us what they described as God. So now Nigerians now pray to God to give them resources. Resources that have now been taken away from you. But anyways, I'm not even going to go on that. I'm not going to do that one. If we really want to have a colonialism talk,
okay,
I will have to start from way back when and really tell you, and even prior to then, and really just tell you.
Berlin Conference.
Prior to, I'm saying, like 1400s. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, okay.
We would have to go all the way back then, and then we can then even now talk about the British and how the British came in and then colonized. But either way,
the fact that there was trade happening before they intentionally decided to come in, and that there was religion too. Exactly. That was entering. Christianity was in Africa prior to them bringing it the way they brought it. But that's a whole conversation to unpack that. Because I feel like that again is what affects the way we move. So let's go back to this introduction. Plan B buyers. Where exactly did you say you got the name? Like where? Where was it? Was it
This was in 2008, 2017, Philadelphia, PA, man. When I was working at Gillette, yeah, man.
What was it like there? Was it like predominantly white, predominantly black? Was it mixed? Was it, were they Africans?
I don't heard young people say like, look, and this actually I had a conversation, and a very nice conversation actually. I met this one Ghanaian girl at a Ghanaian restaurant in DC, and we talked about this a bit. Whereas I basically said that, look, the higher up you go, the more, the smaller the diversity groups become, essentially. And you can see this in almost all industries in this nation, right? Okay, so anyways, I was working in chemical plants. Okay. As you know, I have a chemical engineering degree, undergrad at least.
Yeah. Oh,
so, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Mind
flex.
you, no, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's not like what genius is. 100%. So anyways, study chemical engineering. As you know, like I told you guys, my graduating class, maybe 150 to 200 people. 3 of us were black. 2 of us were Ghanaians, and I was Nigerian. Basically, that was the situation. So that type of ratio is honestly the same ratio, in my opinion, that is kept even in the professional industry in the chemical engineering field. That is, when I got to this chemical plant, it was me and another Haitian guy, the only 2 black guys. And then literally everybody, and I mean everybody, from HR teams to, execs, managers, etc. Everybody was white American. So anyways.
And you said that's what has kept a lot of the companies or corporations in the industry, it's kept them like kind of backward? Or
not necessarily.
I'm just slow them down in some type of
No,
way?
not. It's just the higher you go in this country, the less diverse it gets. When you get up there, albeit in academia, albeit within your corporation.
That's the power structure that we deal with.
Exactly. Once you go up that ladder, I'm telling you right now, it becomes basically all white. It basically becomes all white. But
That's
anyways,
why we need to buy black, we need to support,
No, I don't know.
support. You don't know about that?
we can get to that one later.
Oh.
But I will say this.
Okay.
I did enjoy working with my coworkers at Gillette. Honestly, they were the best. The chemical engineering plant, the absolute most.
So your
fun
experience wasn't too bad, even though it lacked diversity.
It wasn't bad at all. Yeah, I mean, from a people perspective, the job itself not glamorous.
Okay.
The job itself was not glamorous.
That's
at
important.
all,
That's
bro.
important to state.
Yeah, exactly. No, the job itself was definitely not glamorous. It was very dangerous, working with all types of chemicals. Sometimes you'll strap up. I mean, they'll tell you now, you go strap up with bunny suits, with oxygen tank on top of your back. They do reactions, you understand? Not an easy job. But either way, the guys were amazing, man. We used to go out to drinks afterwards, go to the bar, just all get lit, messed up. And then we'll show up to work at 7 o'clock the next morning, because that's when we started work. We will be, all of us be drunk, smelling like alcohol.
So let's take it back.
But you did ask me a question. Let me answer the question that you asked me.
Where you got?
You said pro-choice.
Oh,
or
okay.
pro-life.
You want to come back to that?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
You said pro-choice or pro-life. Now, I'm actually just curious, Retji.
Yeah.
You're a Christian guy.
Yeah.
If indeed, so people pick and choose when to bring in religion to their beliefs
Yeah.
that are unrelated to religion. So with regards to pro-choice,
I think it should all be connected.
exactly, as it should. But now I'm gonna ask you personally, are you, before I answer, I'm just curious, are you pro-choice or pro-life? You don't have to tell me or give why. I'm just asking for the first answer, and then I'll give
first
mine.
answer?
Yes, pro-choice or pro-life.
The first answer, first of all, just like anybody and anyone that you see and every conversation that you have where someone takes a stance on something, the face value of the yes or no or this or that is just the face value. You always have to ask.
Of course, and I will ask.
Yeah,
you will break it down.
I'm
Why?
just saying, before I give my answer, anybody that should stop there. Careful how the prejudice and all that. So, I am pro-life. Yes.
I will say this. my stance on this is, I think, a very unique one. That is, personally, I believe I am pro-life, but I also believe that the decision should not.
You believe that the decision?
I believe that men should really not have a say in the conversation regarding pro-choice or pro-life. That is because, now I understand, yes, oftentimes it is obviously the potential of a man, offspring that is in question here. Should that offspring be kept, or should the person be legally allowed to terminate that being inside of them? But I believe that women, it is within their right and their power to decide within themselves, that is the organization of women, to figure out what it is that they believe to be the right thing to do about this, and then simply let us know. But I think I'm pro-life, and I say this because the pro-choice argument is not a good one. Like, the pro-choice argument says it's my body, I should be able to choose what I do with my body. And then the counter argument is simply, well, actually, it's more than your body. It's actually two bodies now at this point. It's not.